Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to CivilPrep. I am Krishna Gupta. So this is a session on case study. At the rate 1000. So in this session, we'll be looking at this is a case study program. This is for mains 2025, where students are appearing for the mains examination. Okay, in 2025. So we'll be discussing 1000 case studies in this session. Okay, so starting here, we have the first part, that is geomorphology. So under geomorphology, we'll be seeing that we have another case study with respect to Satkosia Gorge. Now, Satkosia Gorge, if we want to see or if we want to look at it on map, so it is present in the region of Odisha. Okay, so here we have Odisha, and here we have Mahanadi River. Okay, here we have Eastern Ghats. Okay, and this is Satkosia Gorge. Now, if you want to understand what is gorge, gorge is basically formed because of the erosion, or we can say fluvial erosion. Erosion by rivers or fluvial erosion. It is one of the part of the fluvial landforms. Okay, the formation process of the gorge, it has been explained by Davis under the cycle of erosion. Okay, it has also been explained by Pank. Okay, under we can say under the cycle of erosion of Pank. Okay, under King, he has also explained the formation of gorges in various regions. So he has explained this in the savanna cycle. Okay, so this is one part where we can include the theorist and models. Okay, this is also called as cycle of erosion. Now, here we'll be seeing that in this part that Davis was quite famous for explaining the gorges here. Okay, so under the Davis part, if you want to look at that uh, how this gorges are formed. Let's look at it with the diagram first. Okay, so this is, we can say, this is initial stage. This is youth stage. This is mature stage. And this is old stage. Okay, this is base level. Okay, here we see that the erosion, it starts after the initial stage. Okay, so here we see that we have two types of relief feature here, that is altitude. This is relative relief, and this is absolute relief. Okay, now when we see this formation of gorges, number one, it starts with number one, vertical erosion. Okay, under the youth stage, it starts with vertical erosion. Okay, it results into the formation of V-shaped valley. Okay, number two, the vertical erosion, then here the lateral erosion, it is also combined here. Okay, hello Tripti, welcome to CivilPrep. I'm Krishna Gupta here. Okay, you can speak, not an issue. Yeah, you can unmute and you can speak. This is, yeah, okay, message is also good. This is the first case of today, that is the Satkosia Gorge, which we are looking today. Okay, Satkosia Gorge, it is located in Odisha. Okay, it is located in Mahanadi River. Okay, here we'll be seeing that it is present in the Eastern Ghats, and this is in news because this gorge, it has almost become, we will see here that it has almost extended, and it is becoming 22 kilometers wide. Okay, it is extending up to 22 kilometers, and it is having almost, we can say, a width of, at certain areas, at around 8 kilometers. So this is quite large. Okay, this is quite a large gorge which is formed here. Okay, so to understand the landform, we were looking at the gorge. Who are the various theorists who have explained the formation of gorge? Okay, it is the part of erosion by rivers, fluvial erosion, and fluvial landforms. Theorists and models, it is specified here. Hello, Priti. Welcome to CivilPrep. Okay, so this is specified here in this part. Okay, so Davis has quite well explained this particular formation of gorges here. So we were just discussing that how this uh, Davis cycle it is working. Okay, what are the various features here, from where this erosion it is starting and how it is happening. So lateral erosion, we will see that it is helping in the formation of U-shaped valley. After lateral erosion, we will see that when it goes to the mature phase, okay, when it goes to the mature phase, here lateral erosion, it is higher than the vertical erosion. So under this condition, where we have lateral erosion greater than the vertical erosion, this results into the formation of gorges. So this is the stage where we see that the gorges are formed, uh, in these phases, in these different phases here. Okay, so this is one condition which we can see. Now, when we see here the gorges, it is quite important feature because it gives us one of the condition that at what stage the cycle of erosion. At what stage of the cycle of erosion the landform is. Okay, this is first thing. Second thing, what we will see here that if we look at the peninsular India, most of the peninsular India, it is present in the old stage. Okay, it is present in the old stage. They have crossed mature stage. So here, whatever the reliefs are present here, they are more towards the paddy plains. Okay, but we will also see here that because of rejuvenation, of landform, this situation, it has become polycyclic in nature. Okay, it has become polycyclic in nature, and we can see this by the formation of various faults, formation of various plateaus like Chota Nagpur plateau, Dandakaranya plateau, okay, we can also look at Deccan plateau, we also have Rajmahal hills. Okay, so these are certain plateaus which have been rejuvenated. Okay, we can also add up here the Ranchi plateau, Hazaribagh plateau. Okay, so similarly, we see here that we have the presence of the Eastern Ghats region. So actually, what has happened at the Eastern Ghats? Here we have this system of river. I'll be changing certain colors here. For example, this was the initial phase of the river. Now this river, because of the formation of gorge, it has went down. Okay, it has eroded this condition, and here we'll be seeing that here this river, it is flowing in this particular region. So we will be seeing here that this is one of the landform which is formed because of the lateral erosion and vertical erosion, which is called as gorge. Okay, you might see that in a particular region, for example the Grand Canyon, we have the river flowing. Okay, this is the flow of the river, and here we have areas where there is deep incision has been done. So this is the area where the deep incision has been done in this particular region. Okay, so this is one of the important case which we can explain in the formation of gorge. We can include this theories cases. Okay, and we can explain that what is the condition of peninsular India, what is the condition of Eastern Ghats. Okay, so this can be included here. Now, one thing I want to ask about the Eastern Ghats. When was the Eastern Ghats formed? When were the Eastern Ghats formed? Or how many years before the Eastern Ghats were formed? Any idea, Priti? Tripti? Okay. If we look at the formation of Eastern Ghats, they were formed around 200 million years ago. Okay. In India, the first mountains which were formed, they were Aravalis, almost 250 million years ago. Okay. This is a fold mountain. Then second one was the Eastern Ghats, almost around 200 million years ago, when Indian plate was getting rifted from Gondwana land. Okay, so here we'll be seeing that Eastern Ghats have been formed because of the interaction between the Indian plate and the Australian plate. Okay, so this can be also added up here for better understanding. If it is asked in exam, or if you feel that this can be added up, you can add it up here. Okay, so these are certain things, certain conditions with respect to Satkosia Gorge, which is part of Mahanadi River in the uh, peninsular part of India. Okay, any questions, any doubts? Did you get this case? Tripti, Priti, you can answer or you can ask question or doubt. Okay, great. Tripti has said it's okay. Got it. Now, what about Priti? Have you understood this part? Initial part. Okay, initial part. You can see here. The cycle of erosion part. Yeah, we can discuss here the cycle of erosion. Just let me explain it once. Now, what is happening here? Uh, Gorge, it is one of a landform. It is a landform of erosion by rivers. It is also a fluvial erosion, and it is also called as a fluvial landform. Now, the formation of gorges, it has been explained by Davis under the cycle of erosion, his cycle of erosion. Think it is not completely a cycle of erosion, but it is considered as a cycle of erosion because it is basically happening as a cyclic process. King, he has explained this in Savannah cycle. Okay, so we can see here the various terrestrial models which are present as a part of this gorge formation. Now, Davis has explained quite, we can say, he has explained explicitly the formation of gorge. Okay, so under the formation of gorge, we need to first understand the Davis cycle. So when we talk about the Davis cycle, we need to first explain what is the cycle. That is initial stage, where we have endogenetic forces which are resulting into the uplifting of the landform. Now, then we have youth stage, mature stage, and old stage. Here we have base level, we have relative relief, and we have absolute relief. Now, under this, we will see that the erosion, it starts after the initial phase, okay, and it goes up to the old stage where we see the formation of paddy plates. Okay, we see the formation of paddy plates here. Now, when we talk about the gorges under the Davis cycle, we see here that we have under the youth stage, we have first vertical erosion, lateral erosion, it is quite very low. So this results into the formation of V-shaped valley. Okay, then after the we see that the youth stage, it progresses further. There is a adding up of lateral erosion, under which this V-shaped valley, it moves towards the U-shaped valley. So this is the stage where we get the U-shaped valley part. Now, when we move towards the mature stage, under the mature stage, there is lateral erosion, which is now greater than the vertical erosion, because of which this same part here, it is getting more and more widened. Okay, so this is the phase where we see that there is formation of gorges. Okay, here the gorges are formed. Now, under this, what we see that this in this way we see that the gorges are formed, and it is explained quite well by the Davis cycle of erosion. Now, this helps us in understanding at what stage the cycle of erosion of the landform is in the contemporary part. For example, the gorge of Himalayas, we have gorges at Himalayas. It is at a different stage. We also have gorges at, we can say, uh, the peninsular India, for example, gorge of Mahanadi, gorge of Krishna, gorge of Godavari, they are also at different stage. We also have Grand Canyon Gorge, so it is also at a different stage, which is present in United States of America. Okay, so all these gorges, how much depth they have, how much width they have, this explains the stage of gorge in this cycle of erosion. Okay, so it helps in understanding the stage. When we talk about the peninsular India, it is present almost at the old stage because the relief, it has almost eroded completely. But here we see that the rejuvenation of landform has taken place. Okay, when the rejuvenation of landform occurs, it results into the polycyclic erosion. Okay, polycyclic landscape and polycyclic erosion occurs here. Okay, rejuvenation, like for example, this is the landform. Okay, this has already been eroded here. So after one stage, the landform is uplifted again. So here we see that here there is again cycle of erosion, it will start. Okay, so this kind of landform, it is called as polycyclic. In nature, it is called as rejuvenated landform. So here we have various presence of faults, okay, which explains us. For example, Mahanadi fault we have, then Godavari fault, then Krishna fault is present here, then Dharwar fault is there, then we also have Damodar fault. Okay, so these faults, they just separate the regions where the rejuvenation has taken place. Also, there are certain plateaus which explains us that how the rejuvenation has taken place. For example, Chota Nagpur Plateau, Dandakaranya Plateau, Deccan Plateau, Rajmahal Hills. It is also one of the, it is formed because of the volcanic activity. Then Ranchi Plateau, volcanic activity plus rejuvenation, upliftment of land. Hazaribagh Plateau, just near the Ranchi Plateau, it has also formed because of the rejuvenation of land. Okay, so here we see this part. Now after this, we see look at the eastern parts where the gorge has actually carved out the hills. So here we see that they are formed almost 200 million years ago. Okay, the process of formation of gorge, it is almost like this. Okay, there is a deep incision is taking place because of the vertical erosion and lateral erosion here. Okay, then we have seen the chronology of the formation of various of these two Aravallis and Eastern Ghats. Then we see the formation of Western Ghats. then Aravali, Vidyas, Satpuras, and at the last there is Himalayas. Okay, so this deep incision, it results into the formation of this gorges in the various regions of India. Okay, not only India but also in the world. Okay, so now you understand better, Priti. Okay, good. So here we can add up this case for the formation of landform. Okay, you can add up here a lot of things. For example, you can explain, add it to the cycle of erosion. You can add this up for the Indian cases. Okay, under the Indian cases, the presence of the relief features. Okay, the physiography, of peninsular India. Okay, you can also add this for we can say the river water management. Okay, because it is describing the river morphology. We can also call it as channel morphology. That why this river is having certain characteristics. Okay, so we can explain it here. Now, moving to the next case. Just give me a second. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, so next case what we have here, that is the Ramgarh crater, which is present in Rajasthan. Anyone from Rajasthan here? Anyone from Rajasthan? Okay. So we do not have students from Rajasthan yet. Okay, so under the Rajasthan, we'll be seeing that we have Baran district. In this Baran district, we have this Ramgarh crater. Okay, this crater, when we look at its characteristics, it is almost 3.5 kilometer wide. Number one. Number two, this crater, it has formed because of a meteor impact. Okay, this is also called as a meteor crater. Okay, number three, will be seeing that now it is a we can say it is a lake, which is also called as Ramgarh Lake. Okay, Ramgarh Lake. When we look at the landforms which are formed because of the crater or the impact of meteors, we include certain theories here. For example, we have catastrophic model, where we explain the formation of landform because of an impact of a meteorite. Okay, meteorite. Now, here I would like to explain this one. Have you heard about this catastrophic model? Do you know about catastrophic model? Okay. What about Tripti? Are you aware about catastrophic model? Okay, not an issue. Now, catastrophic model, it is one of the part of catastrophic school. Okay, when the Earth was in its initial phase, for example, we can say 3.8 billion years ago to 4.2 billion years ago. During this stage, there was very high impact of meteors, which has also resulted into the formation of oceanic crust and continental nuclei. At those times, the meteorites were quite, we can say, they were quite large because the atmosphere of Earth, it was not quite intact. It was very thin at that time. So therefore, the impact was quite, we can say, it was very aggressive, and the impact was very violent at that time. Now, after this, we see that in the contemporary phase, how this meteorite impact occurs. Now, for example, this is the surface of Earth. Here we have lithosphere. Here we have asthenosphere. Okay. Now, whenever a meteor it strikes any region, for example, this is one of the case. So what will happen here in this condition? Instantly, there will be a impact, and this will result into a condition where there will be instant vaporization. There will be instant vaporization of land material. Okay, and this will result into the formation of a, we can say, a pit or a crater kind of thing. But as this region, it is also consisting certain part of asthenosphere, there will be outpouring of magma. Okay, there will be outpouring of magma here. Because of the outpouring of magma, this will result into the placement of certain magma in this region. Okay, so here will be placement of magma in this particular region. I'll just make this a bit more precise. Okay, this will be the region which will be consisting of the lithospheric part, and here we see that there is emplacement of magma here, which is resulting into the formation of a crater. Okay, this is resulting into the formation of crater. Hello, Prema Hazarika. Welcome to the class here. Welcome to CivilPrep. Now, this crater, we see that it is having different material. It will be majorly basaltic in nature, and we will say that the continental part, which was previously present, it will be majorly gneiss in this region. Okay, so this gives us a different rock types. Okay, here the rock types, they will vary because of the impact of crater. Uh, Now, what we will do here, we will see that the same situation has also happened in Ramgarh in Rajasthan. Prema, do you want to say something? You want to ask something?
No, sir. It was accidentally unmuted.
Okay, thank you. Now, so here we can understand that how these conditions are formed and how these things, how this basic part it is formed here. Okay, so this is one of the region, one of the condition where we have continental plate, and here we have the emplacement of magma in this region. So this same situation has happened in Rajasthan, Ramgarh. So this lake has also formed because of the impact of the crater. Now we can see that it is almost 3.5 kilometers wide. So we can see that this crater impact, it was very high. Similarly, the asteroid impact, which has occurred in Chicxulub, which is in Mexico, which occurred around 65 million years from now, which have resulted in the extinction of dinosaurs. It is almost, we can say, 100 kilometers, 100 to 120 kilometers wide it is. So this asteroid or this meteor, it was quite smaller, but the impact, it was quite, we can say it was quite catastrophic in nature. Okay. So these things, it explains us that how these craters are formed. So number one, it is explained by catastrophic model. Now, the same thing has been tried to explain by G.K. Gilbert. Okay, G.K. Gilbert, he has also explained he has basically studied the various crater formation, and he has explained the geomorphic effects of sudden high energy impacts. Okay, so we can quote here two models. One model is by catastrophic model, another by the GK Gilbert, which helps us in understanding this particular crater formation in any region. Can you provide me certain uh, meteor craters or meteor lakes, or it is also called as crater lakes in India and world? Try to provide certain examples. Okay, very good. In India, it is Lunar Lake. It is in Maharashtra. Okay, very good. Any other examples? Under the world, over the world, we have Inglewood Lake. Okay, it is in Canada. Okay, then we also have Dhala crater. It is in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, then we have Beringer crater. It is present in USA. Then we have other lakes. There are a lot of lakes which are present here. One is in also South Africa. That is Swine crater. In South Africa. Okay, so guys, we can see this part here, which is quite, we can add up in the cases. We can add this also certain for certain examples. Crater lake is also there in USA. Yeah, in USA, we can say this Beringer crater is there. There are thousands of crater lakes which are present throughout the world. Okay, in India only, if we look at, there are hundreds of crater lakes. Okay, for example, we can say the Soker Lake. Soker Lake, where it is present. Soker Lake. Yeah, very good. It is present in Ladakh. This is also one of the lake which is formed because of the meteorite impact. And later on, meteorite impact and volcanic activity. Later on, it got modified with respect to the salinity and with respect to the physiography of the region. Okay, so this is another case where we can add up here the formation of crater lake. Okay, and a specific example of Ramgarh. Okay, did you got it, guys? Good. Okay, great. Now, let's move to the next case. Next case here we have with respect to the Narmada Rift Valley. Narmada Rift Valley. Now, Narmada Rift Valley, if we see here, Then we will see here the region of India. Okay, so here we see that we have two mountain ranges. One is Vindhyas and another is Satpura. Between these two mountain ranges, we have the flow of Narmada River. Now, to our surprise, both these Vindhyas and Satpuras, they are fault or block mountains. They are fault or block mountains. Now, when we try to understand the formation of Vindhyas and Satpuras, they have formed almost around 50 to 60 million years ago. Now, this is a time frame, number one, when the Indian plate part, this is the region of equator. Okay, so here we see that here the Indian plate is present. Here we are trying to explain this with respect to the plate tectonics. Now, under the same condition, we'll be seeing that there was a hotspot eruption. Okay, this hotspot, it was called as reunion hotspot. Okay, which have erupted for almost 5 to 7 million years. And this has resulted into the formation of Deccan Plateau. Okay, at the same time, what happened here? Because there was a large scale eruption of magma, I'll just make it more bigger. So when there was a large scale eruption of magma here in the region of India, this has resulted into the rifting process also. When we talk about the rifting process, there were major rifts were formed. For example, the rifting occurred in the western part. Okay, so there was another rift here. You might be aware about the western flank, the western flank of coastal India. This was rifted out, but it was still present with the Indian plate right now. Second was the Western Ghats, which have been one of the outcome of the various faults, and this formed mountains. Another rift it formed here in this particular region, which resulted into the formation of two mountain ranges. Okay, this was Vindhyas and another was Satpura. Okay, so Vindhyas and Satpuras, they have been formed here, and this occurred around almost 50 to 60 million years ago. Okay, so we'll be seeing here that there was outpouring of magma was also taking place. The outpouring of magma was taking place here, resulting into the formation of Deccan Plateau. And at the same time, because the pressure was very high, how it happened? Just let me explain it. Okay, for example, this is the plate, this is Indian plate, and the hotspots, they were coming from the interior of the core part. And whatever the magma was there, this magma, it was getting deposited beneath the plate. Okay, so this resulted into the number one, formation of cracks and fractures, which resulted into the outpouring of magma. Number two, there was rifting. Okay, there were rifting has occurred in the certain regions. Okay, And here we see that this particular region, it has uplifted here because of the pressure by this hotspot. Now, because of this, we see that there was formation of Western Ghats, which was a rift, the Vindhyas, which is again a rift, and Satpuras, which is again a rift. So this Narmada River, which is originating, okay, this here we can see, it is originating from Amarkantak Plateau. Okay, it is originating from Amarkantak Plateau. So it is flowing westward. Okay, it is flowing westward, and it is one of the India's largest west flowing river. Okay, so this is one important part which we need to understand. It is as a part of the basic thing here. Now, when we look at this thing, number one, here we have included the plate tectonics. Okay, plate tectonics is explaining us that how this rifting has occurred. Okay, how this rifting has occurred. Number two, with the Davis cycle of erosion, what happened here? These rifts, they have widened, and they have also, we can say, they have evolved, widened and uh, deeper, and they have also evolved over time. Okay, so overall we see that this uh, this rift valley, okay, this we also call it as rift valley, it has evolved over time because it has almost 45 to 50 million years it has already gone. So here we see that this is one of the condition, a case of the rift valley system, which can be explained by the Davis cycle of erosion. Okay, now after this we can also see here that the the movement of these crustal plates, okay, the crustal plates, the heat which has come inside from the core of the earth and hotspot mechanism, all this defines that how this particular landform has formed and how it is evolving over the time. Okay, so this is another case with respect to the rift valley in India. Okay, so Narmada, basically the same rifting, it is also present in Mahanadi. There is Damodar. Okay, we have again uh, Godavari, Krishna. Okay, then we have here Aravali Rift. Okay, so in this way we can understand the various rifts valleys which are present in India. But yes, the various rivers are flowing. For example, Mahanadi River is flowing from this region. Godavari River, Krishna River, they are flowing from this part. Uh, this Damodar River is flowing from here. Okay, so here we can see that there are various rivers and various rift valleys are also present in India. Okay, so are you able to get this case, guys? Any doubts, any queries you can ask? Okay, very good. Okay, so guys, this was a session on a case study. Okay, so if you want to know more about this session, this we can say program, where we'll be discussing 1000 cases for mains 2025. So for further queries or any doubts or anything, you can ask me, you can message me on Telegram. You can follow the YouTube channel also, where I'm putting all these videos. Okay, so that in case of any doubt, or in case you want to refer this to your friends, you can directly send that YouTube channel link to your friends also. Okay, so guys, in half an hour Around, oh, okay. At around 1 p.m. we'll be starting the live answer writing session. So you can join that session also. Okay, for the mains answer writing. So see you there. All the best and take care. Bye-bye.